To do this, we're going to go to My Vendio in the top left, and then My Vendio Handmade. And so next, we're going to get a list of all of our products. At the top here, these 6 items at the top are the items that we imported from Etsy. And so we're just going to go ahead and send these items on over to Amazon Handmade. You can select an entire page of items at a time by using the box at the top left, or you can individually select items by checking the boxes to the left of them. Also, you can search for a specific item. You can search the title using the search box at the top. Once you have selected the items that you want to send to Amazon Handmade, go ahead and click the Send to Amazon Handmade button at the bottom right of the page. And you'll now be able to see all of the information that was imported from Etsy, and you can make any changes that you need to make. For example, maybe you need to change the price for one of these items for Amazon Handmade. So you could just go to the price box, and maybe that needs to be $1.50 instead of 50 cents, and you can go ahead and change that price. Or maybe you need to change your production time. If you just had to change it for one item, you could again just change that one box. But perhaps you need to increase your production time for all of the items. In that case, you would use the box at the very top, put in the new amount, and then click the Copy Down button. And you can now see that that price has been copied to all of the items on the list. You have the little red indicator to let you know which fields have been changed. All right, you can also notice too your categories. So your Etsy categories have automatically been mapped to the appropriate Amazon categories for you. So you shouldn't need to select the categories. Again, though, you do want to double check all the data here to make sure it's correct. And one other thing too that's pretty helpful is that you can bulk edit your item descriptions. So often when someone is selling on Etsy, they might have some text that's specific to Etsy. It may even include the word Etsy, and for obvious reasons, that's not allowed on Amazon Handmade. So if you do have any text that is similar across all or many of your items, then you can edit it in bulk using this bulk edit description button at the top. So we're going to go ahead and click that. And then you have a couple different options here. You can either find an exact string of text using the Find This Matching Text option, or you can find text that starts in one way and ends in another way. So you may have some common text that begins and ends the same way in all of your items, but what's in between might be a little bit different, and then you would use the second option here. And then you can also replace that text that's found either with a new string of text, or you can just delete it altogether, depending on what you need to do there. Let's go ahead and find the words test only. If you look kind of in the background here, you can see that some of our descriptions have the word test only in it. That one there does, and this one down here does as well. Let's go ahead and change that. So let's find the words test only, and let's replace it with the words this is a test. We do still want to indicate that it's a test. So let's make that change there, and then we'll click the Replace All button. And you can see now that the text has changed from test only to this is a test, and the items that are changed are indicated by the little red indicator here, so you can easily tell which items have been updated. All right, so once you're happy with all of the data here and you are ready to send it on over to Amazon Handmade, you have a few choices. You can either just save the changes without publishing them for individual items using the Save Only buttons at the right, or you can save and publish individual items using the Save and Publish button to the right. Or if you want to save all of the items, you can use the Save All button at the bottom, or you can save and publish all of the items to Amazon Handmade using the Save and Publish Amazon Ready Items from this list button at the bottom of the page. Now we're going to go ahead and click that and see if we get any errors. Oh, and you can see that we do have some errors. So if there is any information that needs to be added before you can successfully publish, then you will get the message here letting you know that the items are not yet ready to publish. And then the field that needs to be changed will be highlighted in red. If you hover your mouse over it, you can even see the specific information that Amazon Handmade is requiring that we need to add in. So we do need to add in the gender for these items. So we're going to go ahead and click Edit Details. And you can see here on the Attribute and Details page, there are quite a few options. So you can go ahead and put in any of the data that you have. The only fields that are required are the fields that are in green. So those are the required fields. The other additional information is not required, but again, if you do have that information, it is good information to add. The only field that we need to add in right now in order to get this item listed is the gender. So we're going to go ahead and select a gender and then click the Set Details button at the bottom right of the page. And then we're just going to do this for each of the items. You can see after we made that change, it now shows ready under the Amazon Readiness column. And so I'm just going to very quickly go ahead and set a gender for each of these items. And just one more left here. All right, now that we have set that information that was missing, we're going to go ahead and click again the Save and Publish Amazon Ready Items from this list button at the bottom of the page. And you can see now that the items are being sent to Amazon Handmade. And we'll just give that a few seconds or so for those items to go through. And you can see the status bar that lets us know what the progress is. And then once the item's successfully sent, you'll get a congratulations message for each of those items. All right, so you can see that these items were all successfully published at Amazon. Let's go ahead and check the status of these items. So to check the status, we'll go to Channels in the menu at the top, and then we'll go to My Listings. And you can see these 6 items at the top are the items that we just published to Amazon Handmade. You might notice too, if you take a look at the marketplace type column, if you do also sell on the regular Amazon site, then you can tell the difference between the items that you're selling on Amazon Handmade from the regular Amazon site by looking at the logo in this column. The items that are going to the regular Amazon site will show the regular Amazon logo. And then the handmade items will have the blue handmade part of the logo showing underneath Amazon. So that way you can easily tell which items are Amazon handmade and which are the regular Amazon site. And you can see here too, it might take a minute or so for the ASIN to be assigned. These 2 have already been assigned and these 4 are pending. I'm just going to go ahead and refresh the page. Most likely those will have been assigned too. Not quite yet, but it looks like we're almost there. In the meantime, let's go ahead and take a look at one of the ones where the ASIN has already been assigned, and you can do that by just clicking on the ASIN number. This will redirect us to Amazon, and probably the first thing that you notice is the image is not showing up yet. This is normal. There's nothing to be concerned about here. It does take a little bit of time for Amazon to process those images and for them to actually show up on the Amazon listing. So again, that's very normal. It'll just take a bit of time for Amazon to process those images. Great. Next, we're going to take a look at how to create an item from scratch and send it over to Amazon Handmade. Please do keep in mind that at this point in time, it's not possible to manage items that you created directly through your Amazon Handmade account from within your Vendio account. So you can create your items through Vendio for Amazon Handmade and manage those items, and you can import from Etsy and send those over to Amazon Handmade. But at this point, if you do have any items that you created through Amazon Handmade directly, unfortunately, it's not possible to manage those through your Vendio account, at least for now. But we're going to go ahead and create an item from scratch. And to do that, we're going to go to Items in the menu at the top of the page, and then Create Items. And now that we are on the Create Items page, we're going to check the box for Amazon, and then check the box for Handmade. After we've done that, we'll just click the Next button, either at the top right or the bottom right of the page. At a minimum, you will need to fill in the fields that are in green, but I would also recommend filling in some of the other fields. If you don't fill the other fields in now, then you will be able to fill them in later as a different part of the process. But if you do fill them in now, you can still edit them later, and that information will already be available for you later on in the process. So I do recommend filling in the information that you have as you go through this process. But we'll start by giving the item a title. And then we'll go ahead and add an image by clicking the Add Images button. I am going to go ahead and select an existing image that I already have in my account. If you need to upload the images, you can do it right from here. And just click the Upload button to upload those images from your computer. And then once you have uploaded the images and selected the image or images that you want, just go ahead and click the Attach Selected button. And you can see the images here. Then we're just going to give a description for the item. And we will enter in a price. You can also see there are profiles at the bottom of the page. If you are using Vendio for other marketplaces such as eBay, then these will be important for you. If not, if you're only using it for Amazon Handmade, then you can simply ignore the profile section. It's not relevant to Amazon Handmade. And once you fill that information in, just go ahead and click the Next button. Then we'll enter in our inventory quantity and click Save at either the top right or bottom right of the page to save this item. Now that that item has been saved, we will next go to My Vendio at the top left of the menu, and then My Vendio Handmade. And you can see that the item that we created is here at the top of the page. We'll go ahead and put a check mark in the box to the left of that item, and then click Send to Amazon Handmade at the bottom right of the page. You will notice there is more information that you need to fill out than you had to when you imported items from Etsy, and that's simply just because we do not already know that information from the Etsy items. So for example, you will need to select your category, which you can do right here, and fill in all of the other information that's relevant to the item. You will notice though that the information we entered in earlier is already showing up. That's including your images, your description, your title, the price. Basically the information that we entered earlier is already copied on over to the section for sending to Amazon Handmade. Once you have entered in all of that information, the same buttons that we used before to either save and publish an individual item, or if you have multiple items at once, to save all of them or to save and publish all of the items that are on the list.